It's First Friday, and you can expect the streets to look a little different than the other First Fridays. Here's why. Tonight from 6 to 11, NBC Action News associate producer Bobby Beerley is holding a party called Cupcakes and Brains. Well, it's sweet. It's still a little scary. He's here now with the details. Bobby, we're so proud of you, first of all.
Thanks.
We're talking about a comic book release party.
Yes.
What is the comic book called?
The comic book is called Yellow.
Yellow, and you had a big hand in this. You wrote it.
I wrote it, yeah. It's a story I started writing back in like 2004 as a screenplay, and I realized quickly that it was never going to get produced. And it just kind of sat around for a while, and then a few years ago I decided to turn it into a comic book, which I wrote and drew myself for 4 issues, and that was not getting me anywhere. So I bit the bullet. I scrounged up all the money I could find and some money that other people could find for me, and hired a team to put together this comic.
How'd you find the people in your team?
It was kind of cool. It's the power of the internet. There's a couple of websites where artists will just post if they're looking for work, and I had been trolling those websites for those forums for a while with promises of like, I'll pay you on the back end, or I'll give you free copies or whatever, and it turns out there's a lot of people that do that, and it does not work out very well. So finally, when I said, I'll pay you, I was able to round up some people.
And you picked good people, obviously. Look at this. This is from the comic book.
Yes.
It looks amazing.
That's art by a guy named Zoo. I can't pronounce his actual first name. He lives in Portugal.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an international undertaking. The artist, the inker is from Portugal. He's the one that drew the pictures. The colorist, he is in Rome. And the one who did this awesome Norman Rockwell-style cover is in Lebanon.
Yeah, give us a little piece of the storyline. What's the basis for it?
Basically, this takes place in a fictional town in South Dakota called Tripson Falls. There was a zombie outbreak several years ago. The story starts off years after the outbreak. The zombies have been rounded up in the world's first zombie zoo called Zombie Town.
Okay.
And unfortunately, after a couple years, the public has kind of gotten tired of Zombie Town and their zombies. So the managers and stuff are looking for a way to kind of rejuvenate interest. They find it in the form of a beautiful zombie girl, and they think everything is set for their return to the world stage, but then a lonely high school boy falls in love with her and throws a kink in the plans, and that's where the story kicks off.
Love story.
Yes, it is, actually. And actually, I was thinking about the intro to this is that it's sweet and a little bit scary, and that's actually kind of appropriate for the story because it is, you know, I'm not going for scares with this at all. It's more funny and kind of sweet and stuff, and with a little bit of zombie stuff thrown in there. So. Well,
we know you write well for work. Clearly, you write well outside of it. If you want to come see all of this, again, Cupcakes and Brains is at 6 to 11 tonight. It's in the Crossroads District next to Grinders. There's going to be music, drinks, zombies, and fun for all ages, so you can bring the kids if you edited out why it belongs with First Fridays you saw in that video. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have all the